Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the garage and my latest Just the Facts video. Today we're looking over the SU-85, the Tier 5 Soviet tank destroyer here in World of Tanks Blitz. So, right off the hop, let me say that I really like this TD. I'm a huge fan of the Stug as well at Tier 5, but I have to say that this TD outclasses it in many ways. On paper, the 45mm frontal armor, the 45mm side armor, and the 40mm rear armor would put this TD near the middle of the pack at Tier 5. But the aggressive angling on the frontal armor puts its effective thickness right about 60mm, which puts this TD in third place, on paper, out of the 6 TDs in Tier 5. I personally consider it to be number 2 actually, because we all know that the Stug's advertised 80mm of frontal armor is only applied on certain areas, not the whole frontal surface. The SU-85's arrangements will get you a surprising amount of bounces, which contributes to its ability to survive the battle. The SU-85 is no lightweight in its class, tipping the scales at a solid 29 tons. The only heavier TD is the British AT-2 at almost 41 tons. Fortunately for the SU-85, all of its drivers out there, these crafty Soviets stuffed a 500 horsepower engine under the hood, which gives it a 16.76 horsepower per ton ratio. This allows a top speed of 55 kilometers per hour, which is fantastic for getting around to those prime locations on the map. As well, hill climbing is bearable, and the 35 degrees of traverse ensures your gun will always be on target. And speaking of the gun, this is where the magic really happens with this vehicle. The 85mm gun belches out shells at a rate of almost 9 rounds per minute, and the 144mm of average penetration, an aim time of 2.3 seconds, and a dispersion of only 0.34 ensures the likelihood that you will get a full average damage roll of 200 hit points each time, so you can enjoy its top in-class DPM of 1764 hit points. All of the performance stats I have given here are slightly skewed to the positive with the use of consumables, provisions, and equipment. For consumables, I like to run the multi-purpose restoration pack, the small repair kit, because a tracked TD is a dead TD, and adrenaline for those situations where an increased rate of fire would be handy. My provisions loadout consists of the improved fuel to get a 10% improvement for engine power, extra combat rations to boost crew mastery also by 10%, and the protective kit to significantly improve the durability of both crew and modules. Ammunition is my standard loadout of 2 HE rounds for thin-skinned opponents or desperate cap reset situations, 10 APCR rounds for those situations when only spicy ammo will do, and the rest is just regular AP. I use the gun rammer to reduce reload time by 10% because you can't make credits in XP if you don't have shells ready to fire. Camo Net reduces the visibility of the tank by 15% when stationary, which increases the chance you can keep pummeling the enemy without being interrupted. The SU-85 has the worst view range in its tier, a myopic 210 meters. And for that reason, I run the binoculars to increase the view range by 25% when stationary, which in this case bumps it up by 52.5 meters for a total of 262.5 meter view range, which is quite alright at Tier 5. So, what does all this mean? What's cool about the SU-85? This TD has very good mobility, can get to favorable positions on the battlefield in a hurry. The gun is excellent with top-notch stats, so you can make as much credits and XP as possible. The armor, with its aggressive angling, will save your bacon more than once in your career with this tank. Profitability of the SU-85 is reasonable for a non-premium vehicle, and my non-scientific analysis on this indicates that as long as you win the battle and do at least 1,000 points of damage, you will make money. I seem to average about 10,000 credits net in these situations with my loadout of provisions and camouflage. If you are deadly serious about earning credits, then remove the provisions and camouflage to reduce your battle costs around 10,000 credits. That's quite a reduction. Well folks, that's just the facts on the SU-85. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below, and if you really enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments. As well, be sure to visit my social media pages both on Facebook and Twitter. This is where I post info that, while not belonging in a video, it's still worth taking a look at. I would also like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. You folks are making a huge difference. If you like what I do and enjoy the community all of us humans are building, please consider supporting the mission via my Patreon page. There are quite a few options with varying levels of support. Maybe one of them will suit you. Links to all things are in the video description. Alright folks, thanks very much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you next time.